Hey everybody, and welcome to this video. I'm Inxlaura123. This is going to be a book haul on a budget. So yeah, hope you enjoy watching this video. If you do, please click like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Also, don't forget to smash that notification bell to all notifications, and then you can see when I've uploaded new videos and also when I'm doing live streams. So why on a budget, I hear you ask? Well, recently I got made redundant. I've lost my job, and if I'm being completely honest, I'm still in shock. I'm very upset about it, but you know what? I'm trying to stay positive, look to the future. You know, maybe it's fate and destiny. You know, now is the right time that I look for a new career, new job, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to keep positive as best as I can in a horrible situation. But I got to thinking, what is my main hobby? Books, reading. I'm a bookworm and proud. And I thought, you know, obviously I've got to be really careful with my money now, but I still want to buy myself books. Like, you know, it'd be really sad if I couldn't buy books, but I thought, how can I do that on a kind of budget way? And I've thought of a few options, and I've got a book haul, so I've got some new books to show you, but they are done in a way that I haven't had to pay too much money. So I'll explain, I'll show you, and hopefully give you some ideas for books that you want to read yourself, or if it's, you know, not these books that you're interested in, it's some ideas that you could, you know, still get books but on a budget if you're, you know, trying to be careful with your cash. So first of all, the library. Obviously free books at the library. I'm really lucky. We have a huge, massive library in Southend-on-Sea. It's actually called the Forum. It's part of the university, and I think that's why the library is like extra big. But there are so many books in there, like literally all the different genres. And I love going to that library. It's so nice, and I love looking around all the books. They've always got really new books as well. Like seriously, sometimes I see books in the library and I see them there first before the actual like bookshops. They get them so early, which is great. Sometimes you have to go on a bit of a waiting list, but that's fine. At the end of the day, you're getting them for free. So I've got some library books here to show you that I'm really excited to read. And I'll say it again, but they were completely free because they're from the library. So, you know, if you're not a member of your library already, make sure you join your local library and, you know, get yourself a library card and just go and get yourself some books. And yeah, I'm really pleased that my main hobby is something that I can get for free, like my books and stuff in a library. So that's that. Also, another tip is charity shops, secondhand shops, or as you call them in America, thrifting. You like to go thrifting. So yeah, secondhand shops are great places to find books. Now, I actually find brand new books as well as used books in charity shops. And do you know what? I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy the challenge of looking around for books and, you know, certain books that I'm looking for, or maybe just finding books that I'm like, oh, that looks a good cover. Read the back. Yeah, sounds good. I love that. So yeah, obviously used books, I actually think have got a nice bit of character to them. Like if a book's been read and used, and I don't know, I just think it gives it a bit of extra character. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a bit weird. I don't know. Well, I am weird, but anyway, but also you can get, as I say, brand new books in charity shops. There's a charity shop in Southend. It's right down the bottom of the high street called Bernardo's. And honestly, they have such a huge selection of brand new books. I think the publishers send them to them. I've also had proof, like ARC copies that I found there, which is amazing. And also, as I say, the brand new books. So yeah, hardbacks, paperbacks, etc. And the other thing I would think of is if you've got any vouchers left over from Christmas or birthdays, or save them up. That's what I did. At Christmas time, I got given Waterstones vouchers, and as tempting as it was to just go in and spend them all at Christmas time, well, after Christmas, I didn't do that because I saved them for the new year. And how lucky was that I did? Because clearly it's really lucky now, because made redundant, got to be careful with my money. And this way I can still buy the new books because I've still got some Waterstones vouchers left. Boom. So officially for me, that was free. Not from the people who bought the vouchers because they paid for them, but I got it for free. So if you've got vouchers, you know, maybe try saving them up, and then like, you know, you get more for your buck, as they say. So that's my kind of few little tips. If you can think of any other tips, I mean, also look for little free libraries. I love those little free little libraries. There's one reasonably close to me, but to be honest, it sounds really bitchy and I don't mean it to. There's never any good books in it. Like, I love looking at it. I love the aesthetic of a cute little free little library. And whenever I look in it, this is nothing for me. So, but you know, you might be lucky. You go there and it's a gamble. You find some books you're interested in. But yeah, let me know how you would get books, you know, cheap. basically, especially if you are on a budget and you don't want to not buy books. Also, I suppose, yeah, eBay, I'm trying to think now on the spot, eBay, Amazon, like you've got to look for the offers online as well with books and stuff. I think there's lots of Facebook groups. I mean, be careful with the Facebook groups because I have heard a few stories, but in general, there are ways online that you can get books for cheap as well. Okie dokie, so let's get on with the haul. I'm not going to read every single book like about what it's about to you, but I'll just give you a little brief summary on them and just kind of say why I chose them. I've got my glasses here, so let's pop them on. Don't forget, everyone, check out my other channel as well here on YouTube, MinxLaura123 ASMR. I do ASMR videos, so if you need help sleeping or relaxing or just chilling out, basically videos to help you feel nice and calm or make you sleep, check out my other channel. Right, let's pop the glasses on. By the way, don't look at the spot. Now you're going to look at it because I've told you about it. I shouldn't say anything. Look at this big red spot right there. Yeah, it's so embarrassing. I nearly never filmed because I had this spot and I was like, this is stupid. Don't be so vain, Laura. But now I'm still thinking about it. Yeah. Anyway, right, okay, let's show you the books that I've got. Now, my current read. Now, this one, I'll be honest. Oh, all the books fallen. This one, I did forget to mention, also supermarkets. Yes, supermarkets are a really great place to find cheaper books. Like Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Asda, or whatever, they do books. Now, my sort of most local supermarket that I can get to is Sainsbury's. And to be fair, I love Sainsbury's. It's probably my favourite supermarket anyway. But they do really great book selection. It's not like a massive book selection, but it is a great selection. They always have quite new books. Another shop, actually, that I just thought of is The Works. They've been doing some new books quite cheap. But yeah, supermarkets have really good offers. There's many a time that I've, like, in the past, that I've paid a lot in Waterstones, gone shopping, and then seen the same book so much cheaper in Sainsbury's. And I'm like, we should have got it here. So whenever I go shopping for bits and pieces, I do always look in the book area just to see if there's anything on offer that I'm interested in. And boy, oh boy, I found something I'm interested in. So I got it. Now, this one is the brand new book from T.M. Logan. I love T.M. Logan books. He's such a good author. Honestly, his thrillers and like cozy mystery thriller books are just fantastic. They're very, like, I don't know, like you get involved, and they normally got like a family in them, so you get to know the family members and try and suss out who's good or who's bad. I'm in love with this book. It's so good. And I really love the cover as well. The Dream House. Also with his books, because he's so popular, his books are being turned into like little TV series, which I love. I watched, what was it? I watched The Holiday and I watched The Catch, and I absolutely love them, but I'm hoping he makes them into more. I'd quite like to see The Mother, which was his last book that I read from him, being made into a show as well. But anyway, but yeah, this is just really, really good. And so it is the Sainsbury's exclusive, so you get the bonus content, which you will find with some of the supermarkets as well, that you get like bonus content. Sainsbury's do that quite a bit, which is good. But yeah, it says it's everything they ever wanted. And yeah, so this family move into this house, and it's their dream house. You know, when it's a dream house, so it's going to go wrong. And basically, it's like this old Victorian villa, and they find this, or the husband finds this, like, closed-off room that's been hidden by lots of things. And he sort of starts digging around, finds this room. Inside the room, it's really bare and very dusty, but it's also got this, like, chest-of-drawer thing with, like, loads of random things that he finds. So there's, like, an old watch, there's a pair of glasses, there's an old mobile phone. And basically, he starts getting, like, really obsessed with this, like the things, and like, you know, who own them, and like the mystery of it all, and also why is there a random room that's been like hid from everything and kind of, you know, boarded up. It's really, really good. It's supposed to be one of his darkest thrillers yet, apparently. So I mean, yeah, I'm not that far into it. I did start it yesterday, but I've got a feeling it's gonna, well, I know it's gonna get a lot darker, but I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. And the idea of moving to a new house and just finding all these random things. One of the things is this old like mobile phone, and he gets it working again, and yeah, it's just, and there's this creepy family as well that connected to it. So I'm really enjoying this one. But yeah, I would definitely say check out your local supermarkets, and also The Works, because they are quite good. Okie dokie. So next up, let's do some library books. So I've got this one here, The Bookshop of Forgotten Dreams by Emily Blaine. Will they ever be on the same page? Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't really know much about this book. This was literally a cover, no, not a buy, because it's from the library, a cover get. I don't know. But honestly, I just love this cover. It's obviously a romance because you can see that there's going to be some romance. But look, all the books. I don't know what it is, but I love books, whether it's about libraries, whether it's about bookshops or bookworms or anything. I really love it. But it looks as if it's going to be a nice little romance. I do like romance sometimes. I'm not the ice maiden people think I am. But yeah, it says it's a page-turning love story about two strangers learning to read between each other's lines. Aww. So yeah, I don't know. Look, it might be rubbish. It might be great. I don't know. I'd never heard of it. But I saw the cover and I was like, yeah, it's books. I'll have that. And it's free. Right, where's my other library books? Look, I've got like 2 piles of books here. Here we go. Right. Next book I'm going to show you is this one by Helen Cooper called The Couple in the Photo. The Camera Never Lies, but Someone Is. By the way, I really love this plastic coating that they put on library books. I don't know why, but I do. It says, they're your best friends. They're hiding something. The truth will change everything. So yeah, I think these group of friends go on a holiday. Where is it? Hold on, let me just read. Oh, to the Maldives. Oh, the Maldives. Oh yeah, so Lucy, one of the characters, is shocked to see a photo of her husband Scott with his arm around some sort of random woman, and then it ends up that this random mysterious woman is found dead, and so they're trying to find out how, you know, this guy knew her and blah blah blah. So it says, as Lucy looks for answers, her whole life begins to unravel. If the lies start here, where do they end? Where do they end? Yeah, I just thought this sounded really cool. I go in the library and I just look around at all the different stands they have, and I saw this and I was like, oh. And the fact that it's set on the Maldives as well. I read a book last year that I absolutely loved, and it wasn't a thriller, it was more like a romance book, but it was set in the Maldives, and I just got obsessed with the Maldives. Like, the descriptions in the book was so beautiful that I ended up getting getting hooked on watching videos on YouTube about the Maldives, so I could like watch the beautiful sunsets and the beautiful sand and the sea, and just the, you know, the way they just look so relaxed and beautiful. So that'll no doubt happen now when I'm watching when I'm reading that book. I'll end up watching videos about the Maldives again. So yeah. Anyway, right, so that's that one. Also from the library, I picked up this book here. Now, I used to get something called Aluma Crate, which sadly I did have to stop at the end of last year. Even before I lost my job. It was basically, it's like, if you don't know what it is, Aluma Crate is like a monthly book subscription box thing. And I did like it. I like the element of it, of turning up and wondering what's inside. And you get normally a special edition book, and it's normally signed by the author and that, sprayed edges. And also you get like bookish items to go with that month's theme. And I really love the idea of it. And I did used to enjoy it. And I've done a few unboxing videos with it. But yeah, even before I got made redundant, like, I just couldn't afford it. They put the price up for a start. I mean, it was expensive-ish anyway. And then they put the price up more. And I found the stuff was just getting... Sorry, I've got to be blunt here. It's just getting crap. Like, I just thought, why am I spending this money? And this is like, ooh. You know, I wasn't really enjoying the books that they were doing. And I don't know, I just didn't think it was worth it. So I did stop doing Aluma Crate. However, I do remember that this book was in one of the Aluma Crates that I didn't get. So when I saw it in the library, I was like, oh, so this is by Emily Lloyd Jones. And I think it is a standalone. I don't think it's a series. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm sure it is a standalone, and it's called The Drowned Woods. The ocean will rise, a kingdom will fall. I absolutely love this cover. I think it's so cool. So yeah, the right cause can topple a kingdom. I love all these fantasies. I'm not sure if it's YA fantasy or if it's adult fantasy. I'm not sure. I think it could be, but I really love this bit. It said part heist novel. I love books with like heists and stuff. Part dark fairy tale. And it's got Welsh legends. So yeah, just sounds a really cool fantasy set in Wales and magic and conflict. Yeah, I'll give it a go. But I do remember that being in one of the Aluma Crates that I didn't get. So now I get to read it. And it's free. All right, the other book I got from the library is, where is it? Here we go. Oh, it is The Woman Who Lied by Claire Douglas. So I think this came out last year because she's got a new one out as well. I really like Claire Douglas books, like, seriously. My favourite one has got to be The Girls That... Is it Who Disappeared or That Disappeared? I don't know. But I really, really enjoyed that. Hold on, I'm just looking if there's a... Sometimes they have a list of books they've done. I can't see it. Oh, Local Girl Missing was really good as well. Anyway, but yeah. she's good. She's a good author. She does really good thrillers. This one says, she finally has her dream life, but what if someone knows the truth? So this is about a woman called Amelia. She lives in London with her husband and 2 children. She's an ordinary wife and mother, but she's also a best-selling crime author, right? But then she starts writing her 10th book, but she does like a detective series, and it's her 10th novel in the series. However, life takes a frightening turn because on the news she learns of an incident straight out of one of her novels. There's one problem: she hasn't actually wrote that one yet. Like, it hasn't, you know, been publicised yet. It's not out. So how does someone know what she's been writing and obviously then gone on to do something bad and naughty? And then someone she knows does exactly the same way. So yeah, I just thought it was really good and interesting, and I love her thrillers. So I think this is going to be good. So yeah, Claire Douglas, the woman who lied. Who's been reading her stuff? Who's doing bad things? And how long before Amelia and her family are next? So there we go. That's that one. I think that's all the library books I have. Possibly. Yes. Okay, right. So as I said to you, I did go to some charity shops recently. And as I say, once again, brand new books and used books. So brand new, I got this for £2. This is A Haunting on the Hill, returning to the world of Shirley Jackson. I have not read the original, so I feel I should. So I will be looking for that on the library website or on eBay, see if I can find it cheap. But yeah, this is like a prequel, I think. Oh no, this happened afterwards. Hold on, let me have a look. Discover the landmark. Oh yeah. Oh no. So okay. Discover the landmark first novel to return to Hill House officially. So this is like after the events of the first book, the main book. So I need to read that first. I know you could probably read this separate as a standalone kind of thing, but I think to do with that creepy house, I need to know what happened, you know, first in the book and then go on to this one. So I will get that first. But yeah, I've never read it. Well, I know it's supposed to be super spooky, and I love like paranormal books and haunted house and stuff. And I think this is great. What is it? For something has been waiting patiently in Hill House all these years. Something no longer content to walk alone. Oh, even the cover's creepy, which I really loved. But yeah, hardback book, £2. I was happy with that. Also got this one. This is the paperback book, but also brand new, by Ashley Winstead, and it's called The Boyfriend Candidate. As I say, I do like a bit of romance now and again. I just thought this cover, like, I just think that's adorable. It says school librarian Alexis usually keeps out of the spotlight, but when she's dumped for being too meek in bed, she decides it's time for a change. Enter Logan, the mysterious stranger she meets at a hotel bar. Foul-mouthed, funny and forward, is Alexis's opposite, and wow, do opposites attract. But the next day she finds her face splashed all over the news because it turns out the mysterious stranger is called Logan Arthur, and he's a hotshot candidate running for the Texas governor. And they were photographed leaving the hotel together. A scandalous one-night stand could sink Logan's career, so there's only one thing for it. Alexis must pretend to be his long-term girlfriend until election night. So it says, a shy librarian in a fake relationship with a hot politician for 2 long months. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, come on, that just sounds so cool. I love that cover, honestly. I don't know why, I'm absolutely obsessed over that cover. Anyway, so that's that one. Also, I picked up this. This was only £1.50, as was this one, because they were like kids' book, middle grade books. And this is by Kaylin Bayron, who I've read before, and I really like her books. So I know this is middle grade, and clearly I'm adult, but I like a few little middle grades books now and again, you know. This is called The Vanquishers, and I think it's about a group of vampire hunters. Vampires are extinct. Everybody knows that, but they're not. So it says vampires were history until now. It's a group of friends, and basically they go vampire hunting. I've been interested in vampires since I was a kid. One of my first ever stories that I remember being told as a kid was Dracula. I know, my parents were strange, but yeah, whenever I see like vampire stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's for me. And I really love the cover with the cute kids on their bikes, and they're gonna go vampire slaying and stuff. So yeah, I think this is gonna be fun. I really like this author as well, so it'd be cool to read more from her. Right, next we have this one. Now this one was £1.50, but they have put on it that there is damage to the cover. And when I got to the till, the lady did say, like, do you want me to knock a bit more off? And I was like, no, don't be silly, it's fine. So I mean, it's literally a bit of a rip, but underneath that, the actual hardcover and the book, just fine. So yeah, I don't mind that. Now I absolutely loved this author's previous books, Liz Kessler. So I can't remember the name of them, but I've read 2 books by her and I absolutely love them. I'm trying to look, you know, when they do a list of what they wrote, where is that? I can't find it. Oh, that was it. When the World Was Ours. Yeah. Oh, it won several awards. That's good, because it was very good. There was another one that I read by her and that I really liked. But anyway, this one is called Codename Kingfisher, and yeah, it's just, I mean, these kind of books always make me sad and upset, but I know it's an important thing that the stories kind of carry on over the years and they always keep getting told. It's a wartime story. It says, when Liv finds a secret box from her grandmother's childhood, she uncovers an extraordinary wartime story of bravery, betrayal and defiance, a story that would change Liv and her family forever. So Holland, 1942, and interesting fact, my great-grandma was from Holland. There you go. The world is at war and the Nazis' power grows. Jewish families are in terrible danger. 12-year-old Mila and her older sister Hanny are sent to live with a family in another city with new identities and the strict instructions that they must not tell anyone that they are Jewish. Hanny, determined to fight back, is swept into the Dutch resistance as an undercover agent, codename Kingfisher. And though Mila does her best to make friends and keep out of trouble, there is danger every turn, and the sisters are soon left questioning who they can trust. The powerful new Second World War novel from best-selling author Liz Kessler. So yeah, as I say, I always get really upset with books about the war and stuff, especially like if there's Jewish characters. I am Jewish myself, and I don't know, I just always get super upset. But I think it's so important they keep making books like this so that, you know, the children of every kind of era get to read stories. And obviously this is fiction, but it's based on true things as well, as was her other book. So, you know, I don't know, I know I'm going to be emotional reading this book, but I still want to read it. So there we go. Okay, the next one that I got, okay, actually the next few now are from vouchers that I got from Waterstones. So yeah, I didn't pay for these because they are from vouchers. So yeah, it's all good. So I got Lie or Die by AJ Clack. This one had been on my radar for so long. This is like a YA thriller with like a reality TV vibe going on. It says reality TV just got real. So, yeah, it says The Traitors meets Knives Out. I really want to watch The Traitors. Like, let me know in the comment section if you watch it or if you've watched it, you know, if you like it, do you think I'll like it? Because I keep seeing The Traitors everywhere and it looks really cool. And I think it's something I might want to watch, but I don't know. So let me know. But anyway, this is 10 strangers trapped in a television studio, 42 remote cameras, one rule, trust no one. So I was like, I love reality shows. I love YA thrillers. It's going to be great. So yeah, I'm really annoyed though, because I put it on the end of the sofa and I must have spilled a bit of coffee on it or something, or coffee, tea, or hot chocolate. I don't know, but it's stained it. It's really annoying. Anyhow, right, next one I got is The Antique Hunter's Guide to Murder by C.L. Miller. What antique would you kill for? How cool is this cover? I love this cover. And look at this. I love this. I'm such a book nerd, but look at that. I love that. And look, it's all white and red under the dust jacket. So this is just going to be such a fun read. There's a quote on the front from Janice Hallett as well, who I absolutely love her book. She's amazing. It says, where is it? Right, okay. So it says, for the past 20 years, Freya Lockwood has avoided the quaint English village in which she grew up. That is until news arrives that Arthur Crockleford, antiques dealer and Freya's estranged mentor, has died, and the circumstances, they seem suspicious. But when a letter from Arthur is delivered, sent just days before his death, an ordinary pine chest concealing Arthur's journals is revealed. Freya finds herself sucked back into a life she'd sworn to leave behind. Joining forces with her eccentric aunt Carol, Arthur's staunch best friend, Freya follows both clues and her instincts to an old manor house for an antiques enthusiast's weekend. But not all is as it seems. The antiques are bad reproductions, and every guest has something to hide. So it says, can Freya and Carol solve the mystery before the killer strikes again? Oh, I love like antique stuff. I love mysteries and thrillers, and I'm really excited for that. I think this was good out of my vouchers to get that and the other one. And the other one I got from my vouchers. By the way, thank you to people who got me Waterstones vouchers for Christmas, because I need it now because I've got much money to buy books. So yeah, Waterstones vouchers, boom. End of story by AJ Finn. So first of all, I love the cover. I know I keep saying that, but I really do. It's got a typewriter on it, which I love the aesthetics of a typewriter. Typewriters literally remind me of my mum. When I was a little girl, I used to go up to work with her, and she'd work in an office, and she would always she'd be a typist and like a secretary, and she'd be type, click, click, click on the keys. And I remember her buying me my very own typewriter, and she taught me how to type. And it's just, I don't know, I just love the aesthetic look of an old typewriter. I really want to get one day an old antique typewriter, not to actually use, but just to I don't know, have on display or something. I don't know, I just really love them. And look what it's printed out. Well, not printed, typed out. I didn't have printers. It says it begins with a murder. So yeah, AJ Finn did The Woman in the Window. I love that book. I love the film. I remember watching that a few years ago when it came out. And this one, obviously it was good because I got it on my vouchers anyway, but whoa, it was a saving. Originally, this book was £17 or £16.99 if you want to be exact, but it got dropped down to, I think it was like £8 or something. So I was like, why would a hardback book, go to that low price? I mean, I was happy, don't get me wrong, but it did confuse me. Anyway, after I got it, because I really love Woman in the Window, and I just really wanted to read this one. After I got it, I kind of looked into why. I was thinking, has the author got into trouble? What's going on here? And yes, there are some issues with this said author. Apparently, they've been accused, allegedly, of plagiarism, and also something about, I think he made up that he was very ill with something, and he wasn't, so that wasn't nice. But I don't know, look into it if you want to, but I think that's why the hardback books of this are going dirt cheap, as they say, compared to a normal hardcover book. But yeah, I don't know, look, there's a whole big thing about, if you don't like the author, would you read their book and things like that. And I know that without going into it, there are a lot of authors that people are, I'm not reading them anymore because of this. And I'm like, separate the person from the book. But then again, there's certain authors that I wouldn't read. So I'm maybe just the same as other people that I say about. So, I don't know. What do you do? I mean, if you like an author, you read the books, no problem. What if you don't like an author for what they've said or what they've done? Would you still read their books? I mean, I know there's been some controversy with Cassandra Clare. I still love her. I don't care what anyone says. Mortal Instruments, my favourite series ever. I won't let anyone put me off them, for example. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you feel about that. But that is why this book was so cheap. But you know what, I'm just going to go into it. It sounds so creepy and dark, which I love. This back bit here, look, all is silent, all is still. Then across the courtyard, the French window opens. A breath, then a scream. They found her. I'll be dead in 3 months. Come tell my story. This is the chilling invitation from Sebastian Trapp, renowned mystery novelist, to his long-term correspondent, Nikki Hunter, an expert in detective fiction. Welcomed into his lavish San Francisco mansion, Nikki begins to unravel Trapp's life story under the watchful eyes of his wife and plain-spoken daughter. Sebastian is a mystery himself and probably, a murderer. 2 decades ago, his first wife and son vanished. The case was never solved. Is the master of mystery playing a deadly game? And if so, who will be the loser? And when a body surfaces in the family garden, they all realise the past isn't buried, it's waiting. But yeah, so I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I'm excited for this one. I think it sounds really dark and creepy. I mean, if anyone could do a book like Woman in the Window, I'm up for reading anything they write, because that was just fantastic. So I think that's it. Oh no, I've got one more. I apologise. Oh, this one I remember picking up in Sainsbury's a few weeks ago. This was only like £4 or something, £4.50 or £4. Once again, supermarket budget buy books. So yeah, The Half Burnt House by Alex North. This is supposed to be terrifying. Why am I buying all these dark books and scary books? Hold on, what's this? Oh yeah, it begins with a house and a body. For years, Alan Hobbs has lived as a recluse in the remains of a derelict mansion that once belonged to a serial killer. Now he's been stabbed to death in his own bed. The police have a suspect called Christopher Shaw observed on the premises on the night of the murder. Katie Shaw hasn't seen her brother in 2 years. All her life she's tried to look out for him, even when he's made it so hard. But now he's bound up in the secrets of this dark house. To save Chris, dare she follow him inside? Would you go in there? Would you go in this house? Because it looks bloody freaky to me. Everybody's heard the stories. Everybody knows. Nobody knows the secret. Anyway, right. I'm rambling. Sorry. But they are my books. And I hope I've given you some ideas for, getting books with, a bit less cash. Honestly, I am, as I say, an avid reader. I love buying books. And people do say to me, you've already got enough books. Why do you need to get any more? And they're probably right. Well, let's be honest. They are right. But, as a bookworm, I love getting books. I love having so many books that I can choose from. It's kind of like I make my house like my very own library / bookshop kind of. I've always got a book of a different genre, because I read lots of different genres. So I might want a romance, I might want a thriller or a horror, or just something short, or a big book, or so I like to have lots of options to read. But yeah, look, I'm going to be careful now. Back in the day when I was working, so long ago, no, it's only been a few weeks, but when I was working, look, I'll be honest with you, I used to make sure my bills were paid, being all the sensible stuff, make sure I got my food and drink and all my bits and pieces that are essentials. And then, I just go into Waterstones and buy a few books at a time and just not think about it, because, you got to work and get treats, right? Once your bills are done and all that. But I'm not going to do that now. I am going to be very sensible with my money. I've got plenty of books now to read. And, I'm not saying there's not the few odd books that I might think, But, if I could put it as one new book a month, or one new book every 2 months even, that's kind of, I can deal with that. That's quite well behaved for me. I'm still going to look in charity shops though, because clearly you can get them really cheap, and that is good. Library, carrying on with that 'cause it's free. But yeah, as for Waterstones or whatever, and I can't do it until I get another job and I'm a bit more sorted with finances. Then I'll be like, yeah, whatever, I'm going back. But it's not just about being a reader. I'm a book collector. I love collecting books. I love knowing that I've got them, and I don't know, I have got a problem. Let's be honest. I'm trying to make excuses for myself. Basically, I've got a problem, all right? I'm a bookworm and I can't stop buying books. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, click like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out Minxlaw123 ASMR, my other channel, links down below, as the links to all my social media, so I'd love for you to come and follow me on those. I do have a Throne wish list, if you care to spoil me or treat me, and I do have, funnily enough, some book vouchers. I think they're called National Book Tokens or something, but you can use them in Waterstones, Smiths, etc. And yeah, I mean, if you want to buy a girl some books, because I haven't got enough, please do. The link's down below to my Throne wish list. There's other things on there as well, not just book stuff. And of course, if you are a bookworm, you want to follow me on Goodreads, I'd love that. You can see what books I've read, want to read, currently reading, that kind of thing. Okie dokie, I'm going to tidy these books up now because they're all over the floor. But I'm going to carry on with my Dream House by T.M. Logan. And as I say, if this sounds your cup of tea, get it, because it's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. And I love the font. Look at the big size font. Look at that font. It's so big for me. I love it. I got a book out from the library the other day and the font was like that. It was so, oh, maybe not like that, but it was really tiny. And even with glasses, I was like, ooh. Just no, stop, please. If you're a publisher, stop making books that are printed like that tiny little font, because it's really irritating. Anyway, that's it. Right, I'll see you later, everyone. Happy reading. Bye.